10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live.
Good evening and welcome to HFD Footy on this Tuesday night, I believe. And we have quite a different show tonight. It's the usual footy show, but first I'd like to introduce the competitors. And in the blue corner, we have the Prince of Carlton. He is wearing the blue shorts and is going to be talking about the mighty Blue Baggers. And in the other corner, we have in the teal shorts is the man who is absolutely disgusted with his football team, has been supporting this team for many, many years. It is the king, not the king, but the Duke of Port Adelaide. Chris C. How are you, boys?
I'm good.
You're blown away, aren't you, Chris Lee?
He's blown away. I'm good.
Don't know what to say. I'm you know, if you asked me if we had this conversation on Saturday night, it would have been a lot of swearing, but I'm calm. I'm calm. So don't worry.
No. We don't want you to be calm. We don't want you to be calm. We want you to be angry. And
to be angry. Oh, don't worry. I'm angry. I'm angry. Don't worry about that.
This is what the people have come to TikTok and they've come to YouTube to see the angry Chris C. They don't want Mr. Calm tonight. I'm sorry. So
hey! I checked the weather report. I heard an explosion coming, so I could get an explosion.
Could be an explosion. It could be. But how are you guys? How are you, King?
Good. Yeah, no, going well.
Cool, man.
Been a busy week, but we got to Tuesday already. So we're nearly there, nearly to Thursday.
Yeah, and Johnny Carlton, you did say that you got some surprise for everyone later on.
I do. I have some breaking news, and it is must hear. So guys, tune in because it's going to be a roller coaster of an emotion. So.
Speaking of breaking news, do we have any update on the footy classifieds information from last night?
Just quickly, I'm never listening to that shit ever again. I wasted 45 minutes listening to absolute garbage.
Was it?
Got nothing to do with the Carlton Football Club. Anyways, move on.
Well, there we go. All right, there we go.
So Dusty Crow goes, the panel of disappointment. He's probably right there. Anyway.
Oh, I'm not disappointed. What are you talking about?
Well, you got a Carlton.
Mate, you should be. You're a Carlton supporter, mate.
No, I'm a Roosters supporter, so don't worry about me.
I was. What the heck was that?
I don't know. I thought that was Dougie in the background.
No, it wasn't. I don't know what that was.
What was that?
What was that?
Anyway,
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? You tell me, King. You tell me. You're the host tonight, not me.
What am I going to tell you?
all right, let me start it. Why don't we? All right, because you two boys can't make a decision.
All right,
Oh,
take over.
no.
All right. So as yesterday we had after the game our first episode, and you heard what me and King had to say about every game. We're not going to talk a lot about every single game. We're just going to get Chris C's opinion on the game, and me and King are just going to agree and disagree with Chris C. And then obviously when we get to the Port game, there's going to be a moment of silence, because when Chris C speaks, there's going to be explosions. So let's start with the embarrassment of a Thursday night between Richmond and Carlton. Now, me and the King had our say. Chris C, what was your opinion after Thursday night, mate?
Well, I did hear what you said last night, and you summed it up pretty well. Like, you guys were not too bad in that first half, and then it's like they changed their jumpers in that second half. So look, no one saw it coming. 95 points. I know you went for that big bold call. It was pretty funny. But hey, we all make mistakes, and but we're here to show you the mistakes. I was very impressed with Richmond. Their will to win. I felt like you guys did give them a sniff in that after just before half time. I reckon if they didn't score those two, I reckon you guys might have won. But you just gave them that sniff, and they're youngsters. Lawler, that kid, man, he's going to be a star. So I'm really impressed with them. I'm actually scared about this week. Like, playing Port over here. If we rock up, like I'll get into Port soon, but if we rock up like we did last week, Richmond's going to roll us. They're quick. They're really quick. That run from
Seth Campbell,
yeah, that run that like he just burnt that guy. Who was the guy he burnt?
Wiedering.
Was that Wiedering? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was Wiedering.
Killed him, man. But I'll tell you what, I thought Wiedering had a good game. Like, he was good in defence. I thought Cripps was serviceable in the centre. I mean, he's the A grader, and then I did like De Konin's game, but I reckon the man of the match for me was Nankervis. I reckon he was, for me, man of the match. I reckon he was unbelievable. But De Koning was good too. But yeah, the rest of Carlton, they just, I don't know, they just look second rate in that second half. They didn't look all right in the first half, but to be 41 points down against arguably I don't know, what do you call them, Johnny? You reckon they were the worst team in the last 20 years or something? Richmond?
Yeah.
So they go by that. It's a really disappointing on Carlton. Do they bounce back this week against Hawks? Is I don't know. I think missing Kerno is a big one as well. I want to ask you a question, Johnny Carlton, because I was saying it in the chat when I was doing the live. Because we're talking about A graders, right? A grade, and in your midfield especially. But to me, Carlton's got 3 A graders. You got one guy that can be an A, and the rest are like B. So like, I reckon Cripps is an A. I think Wiedering's an A. I think De Koning is big. Well, I reckon he's an A, but he's transitioning to an A. Like, last year was a massive year for him. So, and then after that, I reckon Walsh is a B. I think Hewitt has got the potential to be an A, but he wasn't A on that night.
Harry?
Harry, I don't think he's an A. No.
I agree with you there. I agree. I personally think we have 5 A graders in the whole team. Like, if you want me to go through it, as you said, Wiedering, Cripps, De Koning is the 3 you said. The other 2 that I'll put in there. I know he's injured this year, but Nick Newman is another A grader.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but obviously he's not playing. And the other A grade I would put in there, if he's fit, it's Charlie Kerno. He's one of the best forwards in the comp. Like, when he's on song, he's won 2 Colemans in a row in the last 3 years. So
So with
I
the guys,
classify
yeah,
him.
yeah. Those two there, yeah, I agree, but they're not there. So you didn't have much much help. Like Cripper's doing it on his own most times. You want Walsh to be that A grade. He's like for Port. I compare Walsh to like Rosie. Like Rosie is was on the cusp of being an A, and then he's gone to a B now. Do you know what I mean? He's like that kind of player. So he's got potential to get there, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that the Richmond players are A players. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's other teams out there that got a lot of A players, and yeah, maybe you're struggling in that area at the moment. But now Carlton, yeah, they're going to be hard to read, especially coming up against the Hawks this week. But yeah, Richmond, to their credit, they had a will to win, and I don't know how they did it, man. Yeah. I know I just read that, what's his name's out this week? Tom, what's the forward for, Tom Lynch is out this week.
Oh, for Richmond. Yeah, because he got reported. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's out. But I think Nan Curvis was, as I said, he was gone. Like, I just thought he looked leaner and he looked fit. I don't know, he looked fit. Really fit. So, I don't know, it was... Yeah,
as I said, he's a captain. He played a captain's game, so that's what you need from your captain. He stood up. So,
what was it like at the ground being a Carlton supporter? Like, we were watching it, and it would have been hard to like swallow. Like, you got to prepare me because this could happen to me on this Saturday, man. You got to prepare me.
Okay, so actually, I've got a funny story that I didn't say, that I didn't tell you boys. I completely forgot until you just mentioned it. So I was obviously at the game at the first half. I was happy, right? Happiest Carlton supporter. Then I look at my phone and I'm outside talking to one of my Carlton mates. I'm on my phone. King gives me a call. I'm like, King's calling me. Why not? Let's go call the King. Spoke to the King at halftime. King was like, what's going on? We should be up by more. And I totally agree. But I was like, you know what? They've kicked 2 goals in the last 3 minutes. I think we just need to come back in the second half. I was asking King who's been seen on the TV. He was telling me that Chera wasn't seeing a ball. He was telling me everyone else wasn't seeing a ball. He told me that Wiedering was doing a good job. We got a bit of excitement when Frankie Evans kicked that goal. Obviously a Port boy. But then the second half is just, it was unwatchable. I was just like this the whole time in my seat saying Richmond's going to beat us. Richmond is going to freaking beat us. And they did. And then when I was walking back to my car, this fan, I remember his name. His name's, what's his name? Khan. His name's Khan. And he came up to me and he goes, my sister watches your HFD show watch along tonight, and the 2 boys were asking how you would feel right now, how Johnny Carlton is feeling right now after Richmond kicked the winner. And I said to him, if you go on the HFD Footy podcast right now, tell the boys that you've seen Johnny Carlton and he is not want to talk at the moment. Like, he is speechless. I don't know if you did. I don't know if you read the comment, but as I said, it was...
Oh, we probably.
It was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. So,
yeah, I know, man. Look, we were wondering, how you were feeling, and because you're a focal point of our show as well. Like, people were asking, I wonder how Johnny Carlton's feeling, and like, so. But hey, if we got you on, it would have been like, must see TV. If you came on at that time,
it would have been. Yeah, it would have been. But yeah, look, I was not coming on. I was trying to stay away from my phone because I was going to break the screen at that point. Like, I was furious, mate. But...
no. Look, I mean, I saw your TikTok live afterwards, and you looked really upset. So I was like, maybe lucky you didn't come on. But you were really upset, and look. Understandably, man, like, everyone thought no one in their right mind picked Richmond to win this. So whoever picked them to win and put the $10 on, got $10 on the win. Like, they were paying $10.
Actually,
good on you.
There was a funny story. There was a Richmond supporter behind me, and Richmond were paying $61 at half when Carlton were up by 40 points. And he called Sportsbet Live, and he goes, "Can I put $2 on Richmond at $66?" He won. Imagine he put 10 on that.
Wow.
He won $120 from $2. It's just crazy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I know, man. I know it's crazy, but here we are, guys. And who would have thought? Like from last week, Johnny Carlton saying that there's no way. But look, you just never know. The world works in mysterious ways, and AFL works in mysterious ways. So, it's good to see that you've come out of that.
It's a new week, mate. There's a new game this week, so let's just try to focus on that. I'm done with the Richmond scandal. I just want to move on to this week. I just want to see a different Carlton. That's it, mate. That's all I'm excited for. And I'm guessing you're in the same boat. You want to see a different Port that came out on Saturday night. So.
Oh, of course, we all want to see that, but we'll get to that anyway. King,
do you have any other information you want to say, or you're all good to move on to the next game?
No, it's just going to be interesting to see how Richmond back up after this game. They're going to be up and about, so it's going to be a challenge for them, and it's not going to be an easy game, whatever they play. So let's see whether they can keep that momentum going.
They're young, man. They're young, and
they're young and fast.
If you're a Richmond supporter, you gotta be ecstatic with that win. Like, forget about it. Like, who would have thought? But anyway.
All right. Wow. Moving on now. Friday night, the Hawks versus the Bombers. Obviously, we and King already said what we said last night. Did you see the start, Chris C, of the game, of the Hawthorn-Essendon game?
I didn't, man. I was working that night, and it was hard for me to watch it, so I didn't really get to watch this at all. So,
but you were a big fan of Kako in the preseason, and he lit up the MCG in the first 2 minutes with the first goal. So, the Bombers fans were up and about when Kako kicked his first, but Hawthorn responded very well. And what's your opinions on Friday night, Chris? Obviously you were at work, so did you see any of it? Did you want some highlights?
I want a bit of highlights, but I saw that Watson got 3 goals, so I was hoping like there'll be like a shootout between Watson and Kako because they're like similar sort of that small player. But look, I think Essendon are not going to be easy beats. I think they put up a good fight. I just don't think they're at that stage where Hawthorn is as a footy team yet. So I think if you're a Bombers fan, I think you're going in the right direction, and you are going to trouble teams with that performance. I wouldn't be upset too much with that performance. Hawthorn are top 4 fancy this year, so but guys like Cadwell, 36 touches, like he had a good game, didn't he? Merritt was good, McGrath was good, so they're going to be okay. I think they're not bad. I don't know if they're going to make finals, but they're playing a lot better than they did last year. But they did this last year, though, so who knows? We've got to see how they go for the whole season. But Amon had 28 disposals, highest possession getter for the Hawks. So, look, man, Hawks, I can't stand the Hawks. I can't. I'm sorry, King of the North. I know you have a love crush for them, but I just don't like. They've always been arrogant, and there's only one Hawk supporter I love, and that's my cousin. He loves the Hawks. That's the only one I love. Look, they're a good side. And I think they're going to be really hard to beat this year. So, their additions of Barras and Battle, I think, going really well for them. So, unfortunately,
that's it. Yeah.
King, anything else you want to add?
No, the two big boys down the back now. Barras is just going to get better every week. He's just solid down there. And then we're going to see Gunston come in, and we're going to see the 2 old boys come back in as well off the bench as the year goes on as well. So they're going to be dangerous.
Hawthorn supporters are already
they're playing a bit different to last year as well. They're not playing like they did last year, that run like hard running yet. So they've come out and just playing a bit of a different style, but it seems to be working. My big rap is for Dylan Moore. He just was outstanding on the on the night. His running is just elite, and he's such an asset to that team.
All right. Well, moving on now. This is an interesting game because this Chris C over here, he actually put this team to win the flag, and he thought this team was a dark horse. But I don't think Chris C was expecting this result. It was Geelong against Freo in Geelong, and Chris C, mate, you talk to us. You thought Freo could beat them. You thought it would be a 1-point game. You thought it would be close. Did you watch any of this? They're your dark horse to win the flag, mate. So what was your thoughts?
I turned it on about halftime, and I watched the third quarter, and I saw this kid called Murphy Reed, and I actually got excited, man. This kid scored 4 goals in like 5 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
5 minutes. Yeah.
And I was like, man, this kid, man, fuck, where did he come from? So I thought Freo were going to make a game of it in that last quarter, and then Geelong were just clinical. Freo just couldn't get the ball off them. They were just playing like this possession game, Geelong, and enter Bailey Smith, man. What a gun he's going to be for them, man. He looks like a Geelong player. Like if you look at him now, you can't even remember he played for the Bulldogs. He looks like Geelong. That's what he looks like. Like he belongs there.
He does. Doesn't he? 100%. Yeah,
oh,
he does.
Man, he does. So Bailey Smith, mate, he's gonna and I reckon that's probably like I used to watch him play, but he always used to get overshadowed sometimes with Bont and that. He was probably the best midfielder for them. Like he was never the best midfielder at the Bulldogs, was he? He was always like because Bontempelli used to like just smash it all the time. But
you would have like Bont. You would have like McRae, Bont, Libba, Trelaw when he was playing. So he was always that like fifth midfielder.
He was. But when I watched the game, he was number 1 midfielder, bro. Now, you could say that's what he looked like. Now, he's come back from a re-Nikon, so some of his skills weren't like the best, but like the tackling, the running, some of his skills were good anyway, but that's expected when you haven't played for 12 months. So he's massive. I didn't know there was going to be that much of an addition for them, but he's something else, man. So Geelong fans, far out, get ready, man, because this kid's gonna, he looks unbelievable. So I was really impressed with him. Geelong look good, man. Geelong, I thought they were going to fall a little bit, but they're going to be up there, man. So they're going to be hard to beat at GMHBH Stadium in Geelong. They're going to be really hard to beat there, and the Freo Dockers, I don't know what to say, man. They were just for 3 quarters that was shocking. They played 1 good quarter, and that was it. So I don't know what to say. Hopefully they can turn it around at home, but they looked very second rate, didn't they? Apart from that third quarter, so
they did.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say about Freo. I just don't. We'll see what happens with them. We'll see what happens. It's hard
we will. King of the North, you want to add anything? Oh, we spoke about it last night.
Yeah, no, just disappointing from Freo. I thought they bought well, so I thought they were going to be much better. But Geelong, at this stage, are a top 4 team, and just put them to the sword.
Well, as we said, it's only round 1, boys, but I think after round 1, Chris C is definitely changing his Premier's tip after that. So he's got a lot of thinking to do, Chris C. Now, next game, the grand final rematch at the SCG this time. The Swans took on the Brisbane Lions, and this was the first time we actually saw Brisbane without big Joey Danaher. Chris C, how did you see Brisbane without Big Joe?
Well, they lost Lohman as well, man.
They did, yes, early in the start. Yes, they did.
Was Starcevic playing out as well? Was he out?
He was playing, but then he got knocked out from concussion as well. So,
and then Cameron didn't play. So, for me, Brisbane to go to Sydney to take on a team that you just beat in the grand final. Now Sydney would have been red hot for this game. I'm telling you now, like they would have been revved for this game. To lose like Lohman, Cameron before the game, Starcevic with a concussion, and to still win, that my friend is a premiership team in the waiting. So Brisbane, yeah, watch out, man. They're just as good. Like to go over there and beat Sydney over there. I know Hawks did it, but Brisbane had a lot of outs. Like no Danaher, no Cameron, no Lohman. He wasn't there basically. To do that and to win just goes to show that they're the real deal again. So definitely no premiership hangover for the Brisbane Lions, and I'm not sure what to say about Sydney. They're still competitive. Are we going to see what we saw last year? The dominance they had. I don't think so. I think their dominance run is over, but I think they'll still be up there. But yeah, Brisbane, man, Brisbane on next level, man. They're a next level side.
It's just funny how you win a game and you're still outside the top eight. It's hard. It's unfortunate. Like you win a game and you look at the ladder thinking you're in the top eight, but you're sitting at ninth with a win only. So, as I said, King of the North, do you want to add anything?
No, they were just. I watched the game. They were very impressive, and they just lost their way. They just lost their way again. So I'm not exactly sure where they're going. They should have won away from. They should have won at home. But yeah, something's not right. Whether it's the new coach, whether it's the players, they've got plenty of stars in the side. I just don't know. We'll have to see what happens. They're going on the road now, so we'll see how that goes.
They will. First time away from home. All right. Now, there was 2 games on Saturday night. We'll get to the murder scene a bit soon. We'll go to the other game first at Marvel Stadium, under the roof. It was the Dogs versus North Melbourne, and I think the panel last week, all of us thought North was going to at least be a chance. We thought there could be an upset. I think Chris C didn't watch any of this game because he was focused on his boys. But Chris C, any thoughts about this game?
I should have watched this game. This is the game I should have watched.
You should have, yeah.
Look, as I said, I didn't really get to watch much of this, but I'm pretty sure Western Bulldogs had a few out, so it gave a chance for North Melbourne to do something, but they couldn't do it. Jack Darling only had the 1 goal, so he needs more from him. They need more from guys like him, but Western Bulldogs, man, they're still a good side. They've still got some good players in there, so Sheasel 31 disposals, absolute gun. Libba still doing well. Bailey Dow with 29. Simpkin with 30. So Parker only had a behind. So these guys have to start firing for him.
They do.
Yeah, to do anything. Zohar 1 goal 4 doesn't help. Do you know what I mean? Davis Uniac had 2 goals, but you know what? I was talking to Musa the other day, so I don't know if Musa's listening, and he goes, "Oh, we are the worst team." And I said, "Mate, hold my beer, all right? Because you're not. Exactly. All right, relax."
I'm the worst team.
Yeah, look, North Melbourne to kick a score like that, 97 points, like that's to me, that's an improvement. Normally they would have fell over, you know what I mean? But they'll win that game. It's only 16 points. Like, relax. Like, if Zohar had scored, 3 goals 4, you could have pinched it maybe. You know what I mean? Or 3 goals 1 or something instead of 1 goal 4. Do you know what I mean? Could have been a different story. So if Luke Parker had a better game, and these guys are going to take a while to get used to, like Darling's been at West Coast for like how many years? Like 10, 15 years. Like, so to come to a new
he's been
system,
there his whole career.
Yeah. So to come to a new club and perform like straight away, it's not easy. So not everyone can do it. So hopefully they improve. I don't want to play them. like after watching my team, there's no way I want to play North Melbourne right now because they'll smash us. So, nah, I think it's a good sign for North Melbourne. I wouldn't be too upset. And the Bulldogs did what they had to do without their players, without the Bont. The Bont wasn't there, was he? No. So no. So yeah, I mean, yeah, and no Hugo Hagen again. So I don't think he's ever going to play for him again. Really, they don't even know. I was listening to AFL 360 last night, and Bevo said that it's still up in the air. So, and apparently, there's a club that's after him now. Who was it?
Geelong.
How's Geelong going to get Hugo?
If they don't need enough.
How's Geelong get Hugo Hagen, a number 1 pick, on top of
Mate,
everything else?
I tell you, they've got tricks in the bags, Geelong. I tell you, mate, they don't have them premiers for nothing, mate. There's backstories behind this, Chris. Like, you got to listen, mate. You got to listen.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, it's just like crazy. I don't know how they do it. So, anyway,
King of the North. Any addition to
I was watching the scoreboard as we watched the debacle unfolding, and yeah, they kept on coming back. So it's a good sign, like you said. 97 points is good. Bulldogs we watched the last quarter. We flipped over and were just disgusted by the poor performance. So we flipped over in the last quarter and we took a vote, and they said, "Yep, let's go over to the other game." So we did that. And, for them to score 97, Bulldogs were a better team. Like, they're better quality. They've got better players. Norton was on fire once they got it down his end. They were able to kick away. But North kept on fighting. They were really buggered. It was a hot night as well. So, and they got a few injuries. Both teams got a few injuries on the night as well. So one of the players got stretched off as well. But I think there's good things after seeing some of the teams go around. I think there's good things for North to come this season.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I know how you guys were bored on Saturday night, so I actually witnessed a crime scene. I witnessed a murder, and I was there live in the It was actually at the MCG, and no, the murder was not Dacos's Cramps. The murder was the Port Adelaide Football Club. Now, we're going to hear from the big man, but before we do, as I said, seeing it live, it was hard to watch, and I don't know how Port Adelaide supporters are feeling right now, but I was there and I was bored, mate. I actually witnessed 23 boys get murdered. It was that bad. So, with further ado, we hand over the torch to the Port Adelaide supporter, the big man, Chris C. Rip it.
Oh, man. I've been thinking about what I'm going to say all day today, and it's hard to even talk about it because, it's one of the worst things I've seen in a long time. When a team, when you start the season, guys, what is it that, excites you? Like, what is it? What's the one word? If you can, what's one word that, you say to yourself, before the start of the season?
You're excited. You can't wait to see your boys play.
Yeah, well, I would say hope, right?
Hope.
Every supporter, doesn't matter what supporter you are. You can be Richmond, you can be GWS, where there's not many fans. It doesn't matter, right? There's hope, right? And I had hope. I had some sort of hope, right? There was a glimmer of hope that we would make finals again, and maybe we could get there. Who knows, right? In that third quarter, my hope had vanished. There was no more hope. Hope had left my body, and it was one of the worst performances I've seen in a long time, like for an opening round. Now, there's an interesting stat. we have won the last, I reckon, 5 opening rounds. So this is something different for me, man. For the last 5 years, we've won every round one. So to lose, it wasn't just about the loss. It was how we lost. It wasn't just about the loss. It's how we lost, and yeah, and how the players played, like, and how they can dish up a performance like that for your first round in front of your supporters. Everyone's watching. You know, we pay, as you said about Carlton, Johnny Carlton. You know, you pay all this money for memberships. You know, you pay all this money to go see them. Sometimes you travel to go see them. I've been to Melbourne countless times to go see Port. You know, and you love your team. You know, and you'd pay anything. It doesn't matter. And then to see them dish out something like that, you know, it just feels like you're just wasting your money. That's what it feels like. It feels like you've just wasted your money. My partner, my wife, she was watching it, and that's the first time she's ever had to turn it off. She's never turned the Port game off, even if we're losing. That's the first time. Like, it was that bad. That third quarter, apart from, I reckon Travis Boat can maybe hold his head higher. Maybe Connor Rosie played a bit better in that second half, but all the other guys that played, he can hang your head in shame, man. Like, that was pathetic performance. Pathetic. And as a Port supporter, like, I was embarrassed. As you were, Johnny Carlton, for your team, I was embarrassed like you, my friend. I was so embarrassed. And, you know, these players, they don't know what it's like. Like, and I'll tell you what pissed me off as well, okay? As a supporter, when you are watching the game, now I know people are friends. Everyone's friends in the AFL. It's all a boys' club now. Now, I know people are friends, right? But when the coach and the other coach are bloody laughing and having a giggle, you know, afterwards, after the game, right? And your supporters see that, that feels like shit, man. Like, go do that behind closed doors. You can be, I'm not saying don't be friends, but do that behind closed doors. Show your supporters that you are bloody hurting, man. Because it didn't show that. Ken didn't look like he was hurting. He looked like he was bloody having a nice little conversation, about to get a cup of tea out and start drinking tea with Fly. Do you know what I mean?
But he did that last season as well.
Exactly.
You were pissed off about that last season.
I know, like, what I'm saying is, like, I understand people are friends. Do that behind closed doors. Show the supporters that you guys give a shit. Because to me, that's not giving a shit. If that was, like, look at last week, man. That, the coach, what's his name? GWS coach, Adam Kingsley, right? He, like, Fly said something to his play. I eyeballed him and said, you know, fuck off, pretty much. Right? Tell him to F off, right? That's what I want. I want a guy like that is for his players, and he would, if that was him on the field, mate, he would march onto that field pissed off and get every one of those players back in the locker room to give them a backhanders or whatever, like, to just drill them. Do you know what I mean? But it just feels like a boys' club, man. And then you hear that everyone's waiting for Houston, right, to finish his interview before they can walk away. Are you kidding me? This guy left your club. He had a 3-year deal on your club. We nurtured this guy. He came from a rookie draft. He was nothing, and we've built him, and then he leaves, and then you want to wait to shake his hand? Like, don't do that, guys. Like, it looks, as a supporter, we look soft. That's soft, man. We have, and it stems from society. We've all gone soft. That's soft, man. Go back in the room, look yourselves in the mirror, and tell yourselves why we lost. Not bloody wait for a player that just left your club. Like, seriously, man. Like, go, you know, if you're friends with him, fair enough. Call him later. There's a text message. You can text now. Or you can bloody video call him or meet him after. But don't do it in front of the supporters, man. Supporters, we don't like that shit. It's bullshit. That's what it is. Show us that you care, man. Show that you bleed Port Adelaide, and people that leave your club, they can go get stuffed. As far as I'm concerned, I've got no sympathy for, like, guys like Houston or anything. No, I don't care how good a friend he was. Be friends outside. On the field, you're not friends. You walk out. You just got beaten by 91 points. 91 points. Like, and you're waiting on the guy that helped, the guy that left you and helped. You're waiting for him. Like, piss me off. And you know, there's Hinkley. I'm sorry, man. Like, if this whole thing with Josh Carr taking over at the end of the season, I don't know if it's gonna work, guys. I don't know. If it keeps going the way it is, he might have to. He might just have to. What you got to do, Ken, is just say to the club, look, it's not working, and give the reins to him. Like, what's the point of you being there? Like, and then you got the whole thing about who's listening to who. Like, are they listening to Ken or are they listening to Josh? Do you know what I mean? I'd be, as a player, I'd be confused. So, I don't know, man. I just think we're in a better. The whole club is in shambles, man. That's what I think. We've made wrong decision. We sold one of our best players for, as Kane calls it, for a packet of chips, right? I mean, I do like the players we got in, but like, they're no Dan Houston, okay? And he was on a 3-year contract, and you should have been harder and said, look, if we're not going to get what we want for you, you're not going. That's it. That's what you signed the 3-year deal. You already signed a deal. Like, why'd you sign it for, mate? You know what I mean? Like, be hard. You guys are soft, man. To me, you're a soft club now. It's soft. You guys are gone soft. If Foss Williams was here, or if Foss Williams must be rolling in his grave, mate, he would not allow this shit to happen. That's the problem, man. Big, huge problems at Port Adelaide. Now, we got a hungry young team next week. If we lose to Richmond next week, season's over, man. I'm telling you right now, if we lose to Richmond, season is finished. You cannot come back from losing to Richmond. I was devastated, man. All right, a win like a loss like that on your first game of the season is unacceptable. Like watching Finlayson trying to get back. The guy didn't know where he was. They tagged Dacos in the start, and it was okay, and then they took the tag off him. It was too hard for Willem Drew to get to him. It's like, why didn't they tag Houston? Why didn't they go after? They know exactly what he's going to do. Like, I just think the coaching. I don't know. The coaching has to change. Like, and I know we're getting really Hinkley, but why still have him there if he's, pissed off, man. Pissed off. Not a happy supporter. You can call the tarps. You can say whatever you want. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, we deserve everything we get, and. Yeah, not a happy Port supporter, man. Not a happy Port supporter. But if it continues, I think Ken has to say to himself, look, I have to go. You have to, man. You know what? I'll say one more thing. Ken got us. When Ken came to the club, he took us out of misery, the tarps. He took us out of all that. Now it's like he's taking us back to that. Do you know what I mean? It's like now we're going back. Now it feels like we're going to go back to that. You know what I mean? So what's the point of it all? Do you know what I mean? And the sad thing is, we've been to finals in the last few years, right? And we have got nothing to show for it. And now, if Butters, if Bergman, if Farrell, if those three players leave in the next year or so, we're in a rebuild. You're in a rebuild, man. That's it. Done. We'll be rebuilding for like 7 years. So, look, we'll see what happens. I don't know, but it all starts this weekend. They got to figure something out, because why don't they play their bigger players? They got Ollie Lord waiting in the wings, man. He's a beast. Oh, Chad Corns comes out and says, oh, he's not ready. It's like, dude, when's he going to be ready? He just did a whole preseason. When's he going to be ready? He's a big body. People don't understand, right? People don't understand what Dixon used to bring to this football club. Charlie Dixon, now, yeah, he wasn't the best forward, but he used to bring it to ground. He was a presence. Also, it's what you lack it's what you lack off the field, in the locker room. What did that guy bring to the locker room? Do you know what I mean? He was that guy, that guy that everyone looked up to. And you can't replace that. And, people say, oh, yeah, you guys lost. It's not the same. We are not the same team as last year. I'm telling you now. Malcolm Blight came out on the radio yesterday and goes, "Oh yeah, but remember you guys beat Sydney by 112 points. Well, it's not the same team, man. Guess who's starting that game? Houston and Farrell. They were the guys that drove those goals and from the back line. That's where it all came from. You can ask Jake Crom. He was there sitting with me, and we were saying how good they were. And guess what? Houston's gone. So it's not the same team. It's not the same team. Now, we've got a few good youngsters that come through, but you recruited small. Why would you recruit small? Recruit bigger players, man. Bigger players that we need. We've got hardly any tall timber down back. We've got Zerk Thatcher that's out. Who else? We got Asava Radagalia can't play footy. He's just a big body, so it doesn't really help. I just think, man, we're going to dark. If things don't change, dark times are ahead for Port Adelaide, and I don't want to say that because I try to be positive in everything I do, but it looks the future looks very bleak at the moment. And there's a real possibility that we could lose to Richmond, and and if that happens this week. Anyway, that's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say. But you guys that are saying Dixon and laughing about it. You guys don't know footy, mate. You don't know what these players bring to the locker room. You don't know what they do to the forward line. You got no idea. And people that say that have never played footy. Anyway, that's all I got to say, man. I've even my camera's gone too far out. There goes the camera. I'm revved up. But anyway, so that's all I got to say, Johnny Carlton. I am ropeable, my friend.
Wow.
How many rounds? If you don't get any wins, right? How many rounds before Ken goes? If you're zero and whatever.
Well, look, I don't know if you guys remember, but I said the reason why I had Port Adelaide out of the 8 is because I see Ken being the first coach of this year to be gone by the half of the season. By the first half of the season, I expect them to sack Ken Hinkley. I said it to you guys in the pre-show when we're doing our predictions. I expect Ken Hinkley to be gone by the half of the season. I expect Josh Carr to take over in the second half of the season.
Right.
Mate, I'll tell you right now, if we lose to Richmond this week, he should be gone, man. It's different with Carlton. I know they lost, but we just came off a 91-point thrashing, right? You lose to Richmond the next week, it's different. It's worse than anything, man. It'll be the worst thing to happen since we lost to Gold Coast in 2011. If we get beaten this week, I guarantee you it'll be worse. It'll be as worse as that. And that was, I remember watching that at the Kinross Lounge, and I was devastated. You can ask the King that. Wasn't I, King?
You were.
Anyway,
I think that was worse than 2011, 2012.
Oh, we got beaten. We got beaten by Hawks or Geelong by 150 points, man, that year. So.
Yeah, but you haven't even played a good team yet.
No, but you gotta remember we've come from a prelim berth last year. We've been making prelims the last few years, or not the year before, but the year before that we made a prelim. No, we didn't. 2023 we didn't. But we made a prelim in 2020, 2021, 2022 didn't, 23 made a semi, and last year prelim, right? So we've been in the finals. If you say last 5 years, maybe apart from one. Do you know what I mean? And then to come out and give that performance like that, as I said, different team, man. Different team. And if they don't do something about their coaching and their motivation to players, because there was no motivation. Wait, they weren't even running, man. Like Jason Horne-Francis, I love the guy, but there was no chase, man. Well, he gave up. There was giving, you don't give up, man. Not for your jumper. You don't give up. You got too many supporters that love the club for you to give up on a run. Come on. All you had to do was man up on these guys. I know Collingwood played they played a good game. I'm not taking away anything from Collingwood, right? They were great. Their pressure was up, but you got to match that pressure. And you guys are athletes. You guys are professional athletes, man. Come on. You got to match the pressure. You've done it other times. Why couldn't you do it? You guys have been pre-season been in the pre-season all summer. Like, there's no excuse, man. Look, if we lost, we lost, but by 91 points. Come on, man. Like, anyway.
Well, as I said, I'm surprised there's still a scarf around your neck. I didn't think the scarf would make an appearance tonight, but it has. So I feel like there's still a bit 2% of hope left in you. You're still wearing the merch, which is a little bit of hope, and it's not as much as hope as you had at the start of the season, but it's a little bit, and that's all that counts. So
no. The reason I'm wearing the scarf is to anyone that new comes in knows I'm a Port supporter, and they can know what I'm talking about. I would have it off otherwise.
All right. Well, moving on to a team that actually impressed their suburb in Adelaide, not like the other Adelaide team. This team actually impressed the whole Adelaide, and this was the first game of a Sunday classic. It's the Adelaide Crows versus St Kilda. And look, King gave him a lot of praise yesterday after the game. The Adelaide Crows. I know you can't stand them, and it's bad when your team gets smashed and then they come out and smash another team. Must have been a bad week for you, and especially in Adelaide right now, how everyone's talking about Adelaide and they're not talking about Port. How's it feeling? Like, how's it feeling around Adelaide knowing that everyone's talking about the Crows and not the Power? Like,
well, I talked to the J Crom, and I said the tides are turning, man, and that happens every 7 years. It turns, and I was actually talking to KP today, and he goes, it's like Man U and Liverpool. Like, one's always bad, one's always good. Like, and they can never be here. We can never be here, guys. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, the Crows. The Crows. They're a good side, man, and they've got everything clicking at the moment. They've got no injuries. They've got. I think every line now is covered. They recruited well. They got the pick 4 in Sid. What's his name? Draper. What's not Sid Draper?
Sid Draper. Sid Draper.
They got all of that. So yeah, they're gonna look. I'm already probably conceding if we keep playing the way we play. I mean, everyone says showdowns. You can't go by showdowns, but they're a good side, man. And if they're injury free, they're going to be good. But it was I didn't watch the game. I was so pissed off that I tuned out of footy on Sunday. But I did just catch the highlights, and the big bear that Johnny Carlton does love, and his right hand man, what's his name? Fogarty. I think
Fogarty.
They're a good combo. Rankin looked really good. I thought the 3 recruits really fit in well with them. To my disgust. And yeah, it just put the icing on the cake for a Port supporter, like they're the best thing going around. You know what I mean? Like, it just put the icing on the cake on a shit weekend. You know what I mean?
If I had to ask you something, right? If I had to ask you something, what would you prefer? Would you prefer Rory Atkins being your best player for the season, or would you prefer Adelaide to miss the 8? Like, which one's worse?
Which one?
Like, what would you prefer? Would you prefer a former Crow to be your best player of the year, or would you prefer Adelaide to miss the 8?
I prefer him to be. Yeah, I prefer him to be the best player. Nah. If he's the best player, that means all our other players are shit. So I'd rather Crows. Yeah, the Crows to miss the 8 is 100%.
Okay. Because that's where it's a question. No one likes Rory Atkins, man. Everyone.
Was he playing on the weekend? Nah, he didn't play. He was an emergency. So no. Look, the Crows look good, Johnny, and they're gonna. Yeah, I mean, look. Let's put it into perspective. Let's just calm down, Crow supporters. You just played St Kilda, not the best team to really go by, but I do like the way you guys are playing. But it's going to be interesting when you play those really good teams. See how you go. So don't get too excited yet. J. Crom's saying premierships and that. Relax. No, I didn't say that.
Relax. I can agree with that. Relax. It's only been one game, and there's no premierships anytime soon. Maybe Kane Corns has said that, but definitely not HFD media. So, King of the North, you want to add anything to this game? We really much summed it up yesterday.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with both of you and say get excited, Adelaide supporters, you've got a really good side. Good on, and KP's just come in. How's that for timing? So look, we've got some loyal Adelaide supporters who are in the chat and support us a lot. So shout out to Johnsy, Dam, KP, J Crom, Ree. You got yourself a good footy team this year, and I think you'll go well. I think you'll get into the top 8, and keep on marching on.
King, I feel like you have 7 teams every week, man. It's hard to keep up. Oh, it's actually hard to keep up.
I do apologise. J Crom never said that. I was just saying that as a Crow supporter, like whatever. But no, he hasn't said that.
All right, moving on. Now this is King of the North, apparently game of the round.
And Jason as well. Let me just mention Jason as well.
Jason's. It was a wet weather footy in Melbourne. It was the weather finally rained down on us on Sunday. We haven't had rain in a couple of weeks, but it did on Sunday, and it was between Melbourne and the GWS Giants. Now, Chris, you had Giants out of the 8 at the start of the year. They're 2-0 now. King of the North had the same thing. Johnny Carlton was the only one that had him in the top 8.
I know.
Do you agree with Johnny Carlton now? Or do you still think GWS are too old and you just don't think they're good enough to make the 8? Like, they're 2-0 now. What's your thoughts after 2 rounds?
I've got to see them. Look, I'm not gonna say they're not gonna make 8, but they can definitely make it. But I want to see them play like the Hawthorns. I want to see them play, the good teams, and then I'll decide. But they're looking good, and I do like their coach. They're coached really well.
So you think a 54-point win against Collingwood is not good enough, but Collingwood beat you by 91 points?
Yeah, true. That's true. I don't know, man. I'm so emotional now. I don't know what to say. Yeah, look, they look good. They look good. I might.
Johnny
Carlton
doesn't agree with me, but I think Melbourne are good.
Melbourne.
Yeah, I thought they played pretty good and took it up to GWS, but GWS played it tough right to the end. I thought they were very good.
Look at Petrarca, man. He had the game. He had a killer game, Petrarca. Like, if he's firing, then they can always upset a lot of teams. So, but whether they will make the 8.
Christy mentioned as well that I should actually go for GWS because I'm from Sydney and grew up in the western suburbs. So there's another team for me, Johnny Carlton.
Mate, you have 7 teams, mate. I don't know what's going on.
That's right. I got to get the high vis out one weekend when I'm doing the game.
I have to.
Thanks for the super chat, Dam. We love the big man's passion. I'm a passionate guy.
You are.
All right, so last game of the round. It was in Perth. It was a flogging. No one expected this. It was actually Gold Coast's highest win in their AFL career. And we said last year they need to win away from home, and they did exactly that. And I'm so glad to see Matt always just unhappy at West Coast. He just has a smile after what he said about Carlton and the Gold Coast, as I said. But Chris C, thoughts about this game? Did you watch it? Do you like how the Gold Coast looked? Do you think they're a real deal in 2025? Do you think they can make finals for the first time?
I was actually excited. I was like, come on, beat them by more than 91 points, and so then we have to be down the bottom of the ladder. But I think West Coast got a cheap goal at the end, so and it ruined it. So we're still on Port's on 33%. I've never seen such a low score, low percentage. But anyway, Gold Coast had to do what they had to do. They haven't won away from home very well in the last 12 months, so I think they've got some winnable games coming up, and I think this is what they had to do. This is what they had to do. West Coast, if you're a West Coast supporter, you're sitting there going, "Oh, not again." Do you know what I mean? It's the same shit. So yeah, they just got blown off the park by Gold Coast, and yeah, easy. It was a really easy game for him. So I saw Rioli scored a goal. How did the guy from Collingwood go? What's his name?
Johnny Noble.
Noble. Yeah, how'd he go?
Yeah, Noble was good. Yeah, their new recruits did their job, so they played well. So
yeah, Harley Reid. Don't at me reckons yes. Look, I don't know, man.
How did my man go?
Who?
Sam Flanders. Yeah, Flanders.
Sam
had a good game. Yeah, Flanders had an all right game. So
Mate, he'll be getting plenty of mentions this year.
yeah, Sammy Flanders. If the Gold Coast keep playing like that, he'll definitely get more mentions. So
That's it.
all right, well, guys, that is your quick and short round one review. Before we get into our round two, we've got a couple of things to announce. First of all, let's start off with something funny, and it's going to be Johnny Carlton's banana of the week. And look, there was a lot of choices for the banana of the week, but you can only give one. So, in case you guys missed it, last week's banana of the week went to Collingwood's coach Craig McRae. While Chris gets it up, we'll wait for Chris to get the thing up.
That's what she said.
There it is. There it is.
Johnny Carlton's round one banana of the week goes to the Carlton Football Club.
Oh. You could have given a dual banana this week, couldn't you?
You could have given triple bananas. You could have given the whole bananas to all 7 teams that lost.
That's
But
right. Yeah.
the most embarrassing, in my opinion, and I think everyone else's opinion, the banana of the week goes to the whole Carlton Football Club. Because what they did on Thursday night just was banananess. That's a new word I created, banananess. So,
Jeez.
I would have given it to
Don't
myself.
worry, Dan. Josh Rochelle will be on the list somewhere during the year.
What?
He'll be there.
Wait. Before you keep going, Johnny, why is Josh Rochelle banana of the week for Dan? That's what I want to know. I thought he played well.
He did play well.
He did play well.
Oh,
but
he's saying
got
no.
to- he's got to
Oh, he's
get a
saying
banana.
no, Josh Rochelle banana. Oh, okay, I see that.
Yes.
Okay, I thought he was giving him the banana.
No. So look, I could have gave myself the banana of the week for saying Carlton will beat Richmond by 95.
Well, that was
Oh,
banana worthy. That's for sure.
Oh, dude, that's banana worthy, man.
No. Well, maybe we'll keep that for another time. But Carlton Football Club get banana of the week. So, yeah, that's something that's banana of the week. Now, before we all move to round two, me and the boys have discussed something. So, this is the breaking news of the night. So, on Thursday night, Carlton play Hawthorn, right?
Yeah.
Now-
And just before you say it, mention the poll as well. Why the
Now,
poll? Why the poll's
The
in there?
poll in YouTube is exactly what it's about. So we have come up with a conclusion because he loves both teams so much that the winner of Thursday night's Hawthorn versus Carlton game is who the King will barrack for the rest of the 2025 AFL Premiership season. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that saying, this could be the last time King of the North wears a Carlton hat for 2025.
Well, if you saw the stream the other day, he actually threw it away.
He did.
I did.
He
I
did.
did.
I had to go back and watch that. He said, "No, I'm sick of this," and he chucked it away.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
He
Yeah,
did.
I was
I was
disgusted.
like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
So, HFD Media Chat, HFD Footy Chat, TikTok. You've heard it here first. The winner of Thursday night football is who the King will go for the rest of the 2025 season.
Am I doing it right?
Now the next question is in the chat, in TikTok, and also on YouTube. Which cap am I wearing on Thursday night? You decide to start the game.
And
Well-
I can't make any polls on TikTok, so sorry TikTok. But if you want to jump over to
No,
our
no.
YouTube channel,
Just throw your comments in.
You
What
know
it
what
could
you
be.
know You know what would be funny, King?
I thought we're both.
There you
No,
go.
whoever's winning is
All right.
whose cap you put on.
All right, hold on. What if it's a draw?
I do have
Mark?
scarf on
Johnsy-
both. I've got a scarf of both, so I could wear a cap and a scarf of different
All right.
colours.
If there's a draw by chance, he's gonna go for Port Adelaide. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, and have the most disgusting year of the year.
Hey, you'll be having it with me, man. So there you go.
I will be. I've done it before. We've been doing it for years.
All right, so you heard it here first, guys. But that is it. Thursday night, there's a bit of a twist. Whoever wins, if it's a draw, he'll go to the Port Adelaide Football Club. Whoever wins, that's who his club will be for 2025.
Hey,
Now,
wait. We should do this. It should be an annual thing. Every year, he gets to. We can decide. It decides. You know what I mean?
I get a new
Yeah, but
team every year.
just imagine if Carlton Hawthorn play in the end of the year. We can't wait to the end of the year for him to pick a team.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
no.
Yeah.
We'll pick it as we go. Like next year, we'll see what happens, and then we'll.
We'll see what happens. But yes,
Right.
we've made a decision. Now, I don't have my iPad just died, so I don't have access to YouTube. So someone has to go to bring up the round 2 fixture because my laptop just died.
That's right. I got it. All right. Oh, there he is, Ken. What are you doing there? Get off my screen. All right, hold on. Let me interact with this. All right, fixture.
Johnny Carlton's is frozen.
He's frozen?
Hmm.
All right.
There he is. He's back.
There's a fixture, guys. Can you see it?
Almost. Yep, there it is.
I can't see it, but go on.
All right. So first game is Carlton versus Hawthorn. The Hawks are paying $1.37. Carlton $3.12. So, Johnny Carlton, you are the Carlton
Wow.
man. You know what's
I am
happening.
the Carlton man.
What's
And-
happening? What's happening?
What's happening? Well, what's better than one bold call about Carlton when there's another bold call about Carlton?
No, here we go.
Oh my god!
There's another bold call about Carlton. It's 2 in a row. I've never done that before, but guess
All
what?
right.
There's a bold call about Carlton this week.
Let's go.
Johnny Carlton.
Johnny Carlton's round 2 bold call of the week. Carlton, you heard it here first. Carlton will beat Hawthorn on Thursday night. Am I insane? Probably. Has the media got to me? Probably. Has Charlie
Why
Kerner
not?
coming into the team got to me? Probably. Am I Delulu? Probably. But guess what? It's a bold call, and bold calls are supposed to be bold. So that's my bold call of the week.
That's bold.
Carlton
That is
will
bold.
beat Hawthorn on Thursday night football.
That's pretty bold.
Well,
Pretty bold. All right. You want to go next, King?
I do. Yep.
All right.
All right. Thursday night, Hawthorn will beat Carlton by 40 points.
Oh, jeez. All right.
And I will become a Hawthorn supporter for the rest of the season.
Look,
Oh.
guys, the way I see this game, like I feel that a team like Carlton have to respond. They have to respond, and they got Kerner. If Kerner's coming back, it's going to be, something that they could work with. Unfortunately, Johnny Carlton, I still can't see you guys beating the Hawks. They're just in too good form, and you got them at the wrong time. Hawks for me by about 25 points, I reckon.
I rate it.
Yeah, it'll be like it'll be like the Essendon game. I reckon similar to that kind of game where Carlton might be in it for a bit, but then I think Hawthorn will just they'll cruise on. But as I said, I mean, if Hawks keep playing the way they're playing, not many teams are going to beat them this year, man. So if you're in it, that's good. But good luck, man. Just don't say 91 points, all right? Whatever you do.
Good luck. Yeah, that's a 91 points.
I just said Carlton will beat Hawthorn. I didn't say margin. That's just my bold call. Carlton will beat Hawthorn.
All right. Next game. Shit, I gotta get to my web access. All right, next game is.
Can I just say something?
Yes, you can.
So So Thursday night, I am going to Carlton versus Hawthorn. Now, a big twist. Friday night, I just want more of Collingwood action. So I will be there Friday night for Collingwood versus Bulldogs. I will be there, and I have to see Collingwood again 2 weeks in a row. And I swear, if Carlton have lost 2 weeks in a row and I see Collingwood win 2 weeks in a row, I'm never going to a Collingwood game ever again.
I think you're turning into a Pie supporter for some.
No, never say that, King. That was disrespectful, mate. That's
All right.
Sorry about that.
Hold on.
Stepped over the line there. Sorry about that.
Hold on. Tinky Winky goes, unfortunately, Carlton have the talent to beat Hawthorn. Have the forwards Essendon didn't have. There you go. So that's from an Essendon supporter.
Tinky, stop it, mate. You.
And then
you're a good man, my friend.
No, you're actually not going to think he's a good man after this comment. He goes, the bloke's a closet Pies fan. About you.
Teresa said that in the chat as well.
Johnny, are you sure? Is Teresa maybe Tinky Winky? Are they the same person?
No, I don't think so.
Closet Pie supporter. No way in hell, guys. No way in hell.
Well, you got to you do go to a lot of
Collingwood.
Collingwood.
Yeah, just called him Johnny Collingwood.
No, do never call me that ever again. Anyways, talking about Friday night, I will be there, but unfortunately, I do see Collingwood winning. I saw them live last week. They were amazing. It's again at the MCG. There's a whole Collingwood crowd there. I know Bulldogs is no Port Adelaide, but I just still think Collingwood can get the job done. So I'm going Collingwood in about a 4-goal margin. I don't think it'll be 91 points like on Saturday, but it'll be a close game. But I still think Collingwood will get the job done. So.
And Teresa says no. Well, you're thinking the same as Tinky. So, King of the North. I'll go with you, man. We'll go with you.
Collingwood by 50, 60 points. I think they're top 4, and they're going to come out and do a job on it again. Houston in the side now has just strengthened even more. So yeah, they're going to be they're a powerhouse.
And the goalie's back as well.
The goalie's back up. Well, God, make it 70 then. So
you had to mention Houston, didn't you? You just had to do it.
Oh, sorry about that.
You had to mention it.
Upsetting everybody.
Oh, yeah. I think there's too many. Is Bond still out? Yeah, Bond's still out.
Yeah,
isn't he? Yeah. So too many outs for
too many outs for the Dogs.
Yeah. If the Dogs had their ins, I'd consider going for the Dogs. But I think the Pies are in some red hot form, and yeah, unfortunately,
they just got past North.
I know.
Last week.
I know. So unfortunately, I think the Pies continue their winning ways, probably by about 5 to 6 goals, I reckon. So it won't be a blowout like the Port Adelaide one, that's for sure. But
Teresa doesn't know any other Carlton supporter who has been to two Collingwood games in a row.
There's a backstory to it, all right. I'm not gonna say my.
There's a conspiracy, man. There's a conspiracy that you're a Collingwood supporter.
I'm not going to say my private life outside of this, but there's a reason why I'm going to, and I just can't say. So
maybe you work. I reckon you work for Collingwood. You don't tell anyone.
All right. Well, you can go with that. That's fine. Well, you can go with that.
Maybe he works for them or something. Who knows? He might be Anyway, next game is.
Oh, the Goey's a massive in. That's huge.
Oh no, the Bombers versus the Crows at Marvel. I'm pretty sure. Is it Marvel?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Marvel. So, Johnny Carlton, what do you think of this one, man?
Well, if I would need Adelaide to do me a favour, this would be the week. Please, just win.
Oh, it's MCG. It's MCG, not Marvel. Yeah.
Just please.
That's okay. They got to practice for the grand final, so yeah, good that they have a run there.
So with that saying, I do wish Kako all the best. I this is what I'm going to say to him every week. I wish Kako all the best. I love you, Cax, but I'm going the Crows. I just think their performance against St Kilda was just immaculate, and I just think they're going to go again. And I think Adelaide are going to start the season 2-0. So I'm going the Crows.
King of the North.
Yeah, I'm going the Crows by 60.
By 60.
You've said 60, 60, 60 the last 3 games. You do realise that?
Have I? There we go.
Yeah,
I better put a bet on that.
I don't think it's going to be 3 big blowouts, but all right.
No Ridley and Langford hurts. Yeah, Ridley especially. I wasn't. You know how I said last week I'm never going to tip the Crows. Well,
Never going to tip the Crows.
Well, I will tip them, but this week I'm not tipping. I'm tipping Essendon. So.
Oh, he's got the upset.
Okay, you went Essendon last week as well.
Yeah, I gotta go with them. But if they let me down this week, I'll be very upset. So, Bombers, please do it. You must defeat the Crows, please. It's nothing more. Like if we lose to Richmond, that will only be the silver lining in the whole week if the Crows lose. So please, because yeah. Anyway, next game. Oh shit, not this game, man. Why? It is Port Adelaide versus Richmond, and Richmond are $1.13. No, Port are $1.13. Richmond $6.05. So not as bad as $10.
$6.05.
Yeah.
Jeez, get on that, ladies and gentlemen. $6.05. Jeez, you missed your $10 last week. Get on the $6.05 this week.
So you reckon? So we'll go with you, King. So you reckon Port's finished? They're done.
Ah.
Because this is it, man. If they lose this one, I've said that's it. It's over.
I'm gonna tip Richmond by 10 points.
God. Dude.
And have a bit of $6.50 as well.
Mate. Chrissy, the closet Bombers fan, take it easy, Scott Hawke. I do like the Bombers though. Like if I was to change teams, it'd be the Bombers probably.
Remember, guys, he's got a Bomber scarf that he wore last season, so
I do have that.
He's got.
If you guys want to see it, I can bring it out.
No, we do not want to see that.
All right, Johnny, who you got, man, for this one?
I think they show a response. I think they come out firing, and it's at home. Never tear us apart before the game. They'll relieve the new recruits with Lukosius and everything. I'm going Port. I feel like I'll stick to my bold call. Richmond will only win 1 game of the year, and unfortunately it's against us. But I reckon Port will bounce back and they'll win. I don't think it'll be by a lot. I think it'll Port about 30 points, but they'll come back with a response.
Let's hope you're right there, man. Actually, I don't know why I'm not using it, but I've got all the bloody graphics as well. What am I doing? All right. Up the top there, the graphics. For me, if we don't win this week, as I said, man, it's I can't see it's hard to see the season being salvaged. However, you got to back your boys at home in their first game at home, and I want to see a response. I want to see a response from last week. You cannot play any worse than what you did. So they have to be better than last week. So yeah, Port. Yeah, I'm not going to say, like Johnny said, if they don't win by 40 points, it's a loss. If they win by 10 points, and yeah, it's all good. I don't care. They just need to win. They just need to win. All right. Next game, guys, is the Saints versus the Cats. Johnny Carlton.
I think this could be the first flogging of the round. And after what I saw Geelong do on the weekend against Freo, St Kilda are not as good as Freo. So I'm going the Cats by 60 points plus. I feel like it's going to be a 10-goal game. So just don't think St Kilda are there yet, to be honest.
Port lose a lot of memberships on microwaves. What are you talking about? Cats by 96, Jezza. All right, take it easy.
Jeez.
King of the North.
Sorry, Sanger, but yeah, I think St Kilda are going to get a toweling up by Geelong.
Why are you saying sorry to him?
Well, he's the only St Kilda fan that I know.
Oh, good. Don't worry about him. You don't have to say
Don't worry
sorry.
about him. Far
No,
out. Take it easy. So what are we going to say? Geelong by, geez, they led by a lot last week as well. Where were they playing, Chris?
Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel Stadium.
Oh, Geelong don't play their best at Marvel, I must say. Let's say 20 points.
I reckon it's going to be a bloodbath at Marvel, guys. I'm going with Johnny Carlton on this. Whoops. I'm going with Johnny Carlton on this one. I think, I think 60 plus Cats. They look so good against a Freo side that should have been more competitive. And I don't care where they play. They're too well coached, Geelong, to stuff it up. So yeah, I reckon Geelong by 60 plus. So, Lions versus the Eagles, and that is at the Gabba. Johnny Carlton.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Yeah.
Straight out. Just Brisbane. Too good.
Yeah. King of the North. What do you reckon?
Brisbane for me as well. Yeah, they'll march on.
And I'm saying Brisbane too, guys. Brisbane will destroy. All right.
Brisbane by 10 goals, Jason reckons. Far out.
Yeah, I reckon Brisbane by 10. Easy.
Lot of blowout.
That's a Gabba. All right, Kangas versus the D's. This is an interesting one. It's at Marvel Stadium, so the Kangaroos do play that ground really well. This is a tough one. Where would you go, Johnny, with this one?
I did like how Melbourne played on Sunday, though.
They did play well.
Yeah, but this is a game that the Kangas could actually, like, this could.
Yeah,
they could win this game. You could have good games from Darling, from Parker, all those kind of players.
That's what I said against freaking Western Bulldogs as well. I thought they could win that game too. Look,
who's got the better midfield?
I would say Melbourne, but you know what? I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my first instinct. I'm going North Melbourne.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going North in a close one.
All right, King. What do you reckon, man? What's going to happen here, bro?
The King in the North!
I hope they do well. I hope North do well, but just watching Melbourne against GWS, I think there's just a little bit too much class there. So I'll tip Melbourne, but Marvel, being at Marvel Stadium, I think North will play well there.
You know what? I'm going with Johnny. I'm going to back North Melbourne. I think they'll just beat him by like 5 points. It'll be a good game. I reckon it'll be a really good game. So. Okay.
Might have to do a watch along.
We might have to. Freo versus the Swans. It's only 8 games. This is the last game of the round. It is at Optus. Freo, can they bounce back? Or Sydney? They're looking for their first win as well. So, Johnny Carlton, what do you reckon? This is a tough one as well.
Just because it's home and just because it's in Perth, I'm going Freo.
Yeah,
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Sydney are going to go 0-3 in the first 3 weeks. I'm going Freo.
All right. King of the North.
The King in the North!
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think Sydney's going to go 0-3 as well, and Freo is going to step up at home. They're going to have the Freo way to go crowd behind them and the purple power. So yeah, Sydney come back to Sydney with another loss.
Yeah, and I'm going for Freo. I think, as you guys said, home ground advantage. They have to respond from that 70-point drubbing to Geelong. I think what's his name? Murphy Reed is going to start for them. I reckon he's going to kick another 3 or 4. And I think it's going to be a happy day for Freo. And we're going to see what I was talking about, premiership contenders to emerge. I hope.
So,
and that's the end.
With that being done, this is a new thing we're going to add to the show, guys. So this is the round 1 leaderboard, tip leaderboard after round 1. So first, Johnny Carlton on 9 tips. Second, Jay Crom on 8 tips. Third, King of the North on 6 tips. And last, Chris C on 4 tips. So it hasn't been a good week for Chris C, but we're thinking there could be a punishment for whoever finishes last.
Oh, don't say that.
So Chris C, you might need to step up, mate. So this is the week to step up. If your Bombers can win, that'll be a handy point because you're the only one that tipped Essendon. So, but as I said, that's it. Yeah.
I'll make sure there's a graphic come up next week so you'll be able to see it better, okay?
Beautiful.
And we'll post it as well on the Discord and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that is the show, guys. If the rant was a bit too much, I do apologize for anyone that was watching that, but I was heated, I was upset, so it had to come out. And yeah, but end of the day, we do love our clubs, and you know when they say it's more than the sport, it is sometimes more than the sport the way we act, but we have to put things in perspective and sometimes remember it is just a sport. So but it does affect you. Like my mood for the last few days has been down. Like, does it affect you guys?
Yeah, I was shitty the whole weekend. To be honest.
Like it's. Like how can footy? How does it do that, man?
I love to eat Maccas after a game, and I fucking couldn't eat Maccas after the game on Thursday night. I was like, chuck the fries everywhere. I couldn't finish the burger, stuff this shit. I was so hungry as well. I just couldn't eat, couldn't drink. I just wanted to get home and cry in bed, man. That's all I wanted to do. Yeah,
100%. Daylo says, why are people writing off the Dons? They were good against Adelaide, especially in Melbourne. Well, they haven't played Adelaide yet, so we'll see. Anything else, you guys? Christy to wear a Hawks shirt. I would never wear a Hawks shirt if you paid me $1 million. I'll probably for $1 million I would, but
there could be a punishment. That could be it if he comes last in the tipping. So if he comes last,
10 Big Macs. 10 Big Macs in 20 minutes, Dynam. You reckon that's a good punishment?
That can happen too, or there could be a possibility that Chrissy wears an Adelaide shirt and at the end of the year.
No, don't make me do that. Well, if that's the case, if you lose, you have to wear a Collingwood one, or Richmond. You have to wear a Richmond.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I will. If I come last in the tippy, I will. That 100%.
And it doesn't really you can't really do it for the King because he likes every team, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait. Which team don't you like?
Which team don't I like? Sydney?
You like Sydney, okay.
No, we should make King wear like a Melbourne Storm top or something like that. And
you won't be doing that. You won't be doing that.
Someone just asked, can this be watched back? It can.
It can.
If you go on our website, if you go onto our YouTube channel, the replay's there. So the link is in our bio on TikTok. Just go to the bio there, and you just click on it, and you'll be able to see the whole replay. So, and I do go off about the Port Adelaide. So if you want to see it, me go off a bit. Yeah, Mitchie, thanks for coming in, man. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to our channel, guys. We are trying to build it. And, yeah, it's good to see everyone in tonight. And also, thank you for everyone that came on to TikTok as well, guys. Really appreciate all you guys. So, any last words, man, before we wrap it up?
Well, hopefully I come on next week a happier man. So, look, as I said, if we lose, I'm expecting a loss. I won't be as mad, but hopefully I'm a happy man. But, yeah, go Blues. I'll be there Thursday night. And I hope Colin will lose on Friday night too. But yeah, let's go. Go Vegas.
King of the North, any last words?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who came in and all the new people who came in. We got 800 views. I think we've got 900 views now on the doubleheader from the weekend. So we are growing HFD Footy. from HFD Media. So thanks, guys, for that, for coming in. 30 likes, something like that. So we did well. This weekend, we're doing, I think me and Chris are doing Carlton and Hawthorn on Thursday night. I was just scrolling through. I think I'm going to do a double header on Saturday. So I'm going to do Adelaide Crows versus Essendon rolled into Port Adelaide versus Richmond as a double header, I think.
Yep.
So we will do that. And it should be interesting. So all the bickies will be on the table. Come and join us on Saturday for that. We'll be live. Are you doing anything Friday night? Because I'll be out having a few drinkies on Friday night, so I won't be available.
Well, you might be Johnny Carlton. I'll be joining you after the Collingwood lose, so might as well meet up and have a few just to celebrate. So.
That's it. I'll be in the city, Johnny Carlton. So.
Mate, you're 5 minutes away from me, man. I can give you a quick call.
No worries.
My last words is I don't really want to come back next week and rant. So Port Adelaide, do your job, get the win, because I want to just not rant next week. Because like if they lose, there's going to be a rant of mass proportion coming. Okay, so let's just hope it doesn't happen. But Alicia says hello. Alicia De Batista, how are you?
Alicia, g'day.
Hey, one of my OGs.
Yeah, oh geez, rant away. I already ranted, Tom.
Depending on Sunday, if I'm around Sunday, we might do Melbourne and North Melbourne too. So I'll see how I can go on there for Sunday.
Yeah.
So we might squeeze in 4.
We might. So guys, make sure, as I said, like, share, subscribe if you're brand new on our YouTube channel. I can bring up the subscribe thing, and follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, follow us everywhere. We're everywhere. So tomorrow night I might be doing a podcast on the other channel, HFD Media, with the KP Master. So make sure you guys go and subscribe there as well if you haven't already. So guys, good luck to your teams. As I said, take care. Spike your hair, and remember, stay hunky, guys.
Stay hunky.
Stay hunky.
Where's the outro? Here we go. Goodbye.
Ooh.